Hello, I'm Bryan Painter, columnist of the Oklahoman, and today I'm going to talk about adult literacy. I'm joined by Dion Jones, a new reader, and Linda Maisch, executive director of the Oklahoma City Metro Literacy Coalition. Recently, a New Readers Award ceremony was held, and I felt this was a good time, Linda, to talk about what effort readers have to put forth when they're a new adult reader. Linda, what does an adult have to sacrifice and endure to make this happen?
Well, it's really interesting when we think about all the things that happen in our daily lives. As adults, we have work commitments, we have family commitments. It seems like there's never enough hours in the day. Now, if you're going to add on to that, learning a new skill that's as vital as reading, and it does take a significant commitment, first of all, to come forward and say, I don't read well enough. I want to learn to read better. To make that commitment first, but then again, it's an ongoing commitment. It's a commitment each and every day to set that time aside to work with your tutor. It's time away from your family. It's time away from your job. It's time away from rest, which, we all never seem to have enough of that. Yeah. So it's a sizable commitment, not just for the reader, but I'm sure Dion can agree, it's for their families as well and for those that love and support them.
Exactly. Dion, I'd like to ask you the same question. What kind of sacrifices did you have to make to get to that point?
Well, I had to make a lot of sacrifices because when you have children, you sacrifice everything for your children. So then now you don't have time to learn to read because you have to take care of your kids. So you have to sacrifice. So I figured it was time for me to sacrifice for myself, to better myself, to learn how to read better so I can get ahead in life, and it's never too late.
Let me ask you the next question then. What doors does this open for you?
Oh, this would open a lot of doors, and it's like a light bulb that goes off in your head where you struggle to learn something and then you finally start to learn it. And it's the excitement of just learning it that, okay, I can do this. I can do this, I can better myself, I can get a better job, I can do things that I never had the opportunity to do before. So it opens a lot of doors.
Have you already seen some of those doors open?
A few. Yeah, I still have a way to go.
That's all right. Lynn, same question, from your perspective, what doors does it open for new adult readers?
I think it's a case of not only does it open a bunch of doors, but it's a case of so many doors are already closed if you can't read well. It's things that you and I just take for granted. We estimate about 140,000 adults in Oklahoma County alone don't have basic literacy skills. And it's things that, like I said, we take for granted. It's being able to read the instructions on a medication bottle. It's being able to make out a simple grocery list. For one that's particularly important right now, it's being able to fill out a job application. And so when you're not able to do those things, your abilities are limited, obviously, and it has a wide-reaching impact, not just on you, not just on your family, but for all of us as a community. So when people like Dion come forward and they invest in that learning, they invest in that education, the doors are flung wide open, and that's how he can reach his potential, and we as a community will reach our potential. It's an amazing thing to happen.
That's great. Let's take that one step beyond that. What doors does it open for those around you, whether they're friends and family or employers, when you become a new reader? What doors open for others?
Well, my family's excited, They're definitely excited that I'm taking this step and not giving up and ready to take the journey on fully. As for friends, it's limited friends that know my situation because they can talk to me and I'm still intelligent where I can speak on any topic and hold a conversation and everything else, and the least thing they know that I have a problem in my reading. So it's only a few friends that might know, but the majority of people don't know because people look at you different when they find out that you don't know how to read. They don't want to really get to know the person because they want to label the person.
Do you see that very often?
I do. And I think that's one of the challenges that we as a community face, is that there is a stigma associated with not being able to read and write as well as we would hope. and it's difficult for people to come forward. They develop a lot of coping techniques, things that they do to hide the fact that they're not reading well. And I think one of the most important things we as a community can do, and the Oklahoman has been so helpful in helping us get the word out, we have to create a climate that embraces this as an issue and creates a culture of acceptance and encouragement to encourage people like Dion to come forward. Like you said, if he didn't want to come forward, we'd never know. He is, this dynamic, wonderful, well-spoken man, as he said, but he's come forward to say, look, this is an issue I struggle with. I'm taking actions to make it better. I'm making that commitment each and every day for himself, for his family, and he's a role model. And that's one of the reasons we honored him the other night, is he's a wonderful role model and an inspiration to those of us who provide services, those of us who are in the literacy community, to know that there's a lot of work we can do, and we can see the wonderful impact that work can have. But then to people who are struggling, who are still hiding that fact, to come forward and say, it's not too late. Things can be done, and we want to help.
Great. Thank you both for coming in today.
Thank you.
Thanks.